It never ends. These people never stop. All of Marvel and DC Comics feels the exact same way about you. And of course, they don't like you. They don't want you as comic book readers. They've told you many times, we don't want that white male demographic, the Trump, MAGA. And that's exactly what they've been aiming for multiple decades. Now, they throw you a bone periodically so that you come back. Oh, Jim Lee's back on Hush again, or whatever it is. Jim Lee is Jeff Loeb's back doing Long Halloween. Absolute Batman, all new #1 collector's edition. Yes, they try to do that sort of thing, but the 90% of the product they put out is absolute slop aimed at this like modern audience that they want to push these like LGBTQ BIPOC agendas through everything. And of course, they know that. They know that that's what the company wanted. And these people are advocating for terrorism. They're advocating for people getting shot like Charlie Kirk did. And despite the fact that they removed one of them, Gretchen Felker-Martin, all of them kind of agree with this. And actually, there's so many people within the industry who are saying that Gretchen shouldn't have been fired because of this and have been standing up for him. We saw and we posted how Gretchen is posting nasty stuff to his Patreon and advocating for it there, and Patreon standing for it. And the entire industry is calling for people to support his Patreon, which is over $6,000 a month now. So these people are all coalescing together, and this is the entire industry. It gets worse now as a DC colorist who works there still is actually going and saying that Gretchen Felker-Martin should have never been fired. And like I said, this keeps going across the industry. We have to keep beating this drum, and we have to build something different, and that's why we're here. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to also sign up for my comic Substack, guys. I'm producing my own books and doing something a little bit differently. It's right here. I just posted my Flying Sparks issue 4 commentary after doing the entire issue. So I give you guys the entire issue for free. I put up the commentary as a paid subscriber. So, of course, then you can get some extra detail about what I was thinking when I was writing this and the like. It's really good stuff. And I also have exclusive comics. So we'll be posting our 2 exclusive comics for the months over the next couple of days before getting back to the free content for Flying Sparks issue number 5. And I'm trying to cultivate real readers. The thing that the right hasn't done is not cultivated real readers. Comicsgate, your boy Zach, they all kind of failed in doing that because they weren't about comics first. We are here. I spend most of my day actually working on creating comics, writing scripts, working on art. I've got so many in development right now, I can't even count them. And of course, I'm just waiting on art. This is usually how it goes. I have to push the artists every single day because artists are pretty flaky. I'll be honest about that. But we get things going on, and we try to put out the best and most content that we possibly can with characters that change and develop for you. So get on the Substack. It's in the description below. It's so important. Thank you for the 1,000+ people who've done so far. We're going to grow this. We're going to build this into something absolutely amazing. This is the alternative to Marvel and DC Comics, and everybody here who's working for me is in support of you, and of course appreciates you because we send the money right along to them. So sign up. It's in the description below. Thank you for being here, my friends. So here is DC Comics colorist who defended the transgender fired activist who celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination. Oh, joy. Looks like a joy right here. Thomas Bondvillain, who also pretends to be a woman and uses a false name, Tamara Bondvillain. Bondvillain? You can't make this stuff up. Defended his fellow transgender Felker-Martin, who fired under celebration of assassination of Charlie Kirk. So if you don't remember the Felker-Martin thing, thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bee, and then hopes the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk. Now, this guy did not apologize, got fired from DC Comics, and actually did a scrawling rant on Patreon just defending this and calling Charlie Kirk a horrible person, saying he was glad Charlie was gone. I did another video on that. You can go watch that. Definitely do so because it's very informative on what Patreon stands for. And then this person has responded now. If you hire a trans person known for their spicy takes, his spicy takes, it's somewhat implied you don't view that as a disqualifying behavior. So it's saying DC Comics, you knew what you were getting. You knew that it's spicy. They just call it spicy takes. Look at that. Now, by the way, every conservative, every vocal Christian is blacklisted from DC and Marvel Comics. Chuck Dixon's blacklisted. Orson Scott Card's blacklisted. Those aren't spicy take people. I mean, it's ridiculous. So DC Comics definitely has a policy where they are actively trying to encourage this, and I do agree with this dude here that that's what DC Comics wants, and it is interesting. They just got so much pushback on this one instance that they had to do something. But this is what the company stands for across the board. Obviously, they're hiring this person as well who agrees with it. When you then fire that same person for similar spicy takes in a moment when trans people are being demonized to an unprecedented degree, it does not feel good. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't feel good. And you all should be removed from Marvel and DC Comics because you're all nut jobs who just can't produce good comics anymore because you're so focused on this crap all day because you don't even realize that you're actually just a man pretending to be a woman, and you want to try to force everybody in society to deal with that also when we don't want to. We want you to just leave us alone, right? Especially when others have pointed out that people have done harm, have not received the same treatment in response. What are you talking about, done harm? Again, they always say this. They've been saying this about Charlie Kirk. He did harm. No, he didn't. He went out and talked with people. He was a father of children and actually a loving husband as well. Doing harm just because you didn't like what he was saying, it's not harm, you idiots. And so this is where it's going, and this is what these people are doing because they want to gaslight everybody out there into just like compliance with their crap, because that's what it's always been about. It hasn't ended, it hasn't slowed down, it's still going on very, very hard in DC and Marvel Comics in 2025. All these stories are still allegories about gay people. The X-Men is the same thing. Gail Simone's writing some like anti-MAGA crap in there, just like always. And it's just like they're not advertising it quite as much because they know that they get blowback on it. And they want to, of course, not have that kind of blowback. Even Absolute Batman, the same thing. The annual is going to be about fighting white supremacists. And Daniel Warren Johnson, who's one of the ones everybody thought was one of the better guys out there because of his Transformers run, was like, I'm so mad. And that's why he's doing this. It's really ridiculous. These people all freaking hate you. If you're buying that Absolute Batman thing, they hate you. They want you dead. I don't know how many times you have to hear it before you stop buying those crap just to collect it, because most people don't even read it. They just slab them at this point, right? Nobody reads comic books anymore. And this is where it's at. So it's very crazy. It feels like it's less about value and more about value dollars. And it is. And this person's right that with the Gretchen situation, they knew that was a big, big hit to them and that was going to be a big dollar situation. But everybody else at their company believes the exact same thing. It hasn't changed. It has been a while since I had a bunch of hateful weirdos obsessed with me specifically, but this is kind of foreboding that any of us are expendable if they make enough noise. Yeah, because your job's to freaking color a freaking book and not cause problems, and you're just causing problems, and that's what the entire comic industry is all about, like I said. So this is just another instance of Marvel and DC Comics doing the exact same thing with these exact same people. Everybody's still blacklisted. Nobody on the conservative side has been allowed in. Nobody's writing actual comic books that actually do honor to the characters anymore. Absolute Batman's not even really Batman. It's just like some like weird like beat 'em up thing where like Scott Snyder's fantasizing about Elon Musk and Trump being the villains anyway. He's already said so. So it's like, why are people still just giving these people any of their attention? This is all just about brand, right? And the brand is it. And they know that you'll just buy the brand Batman because it says Batman on it. You'll buy the brand Spider-Man when it says Spider-Man on it. Comic readers need to really peel off at this point and get back to story first. Get back to original creations, because these are just bad fan fiction writers. They just have a license to do so. They're nothing special. They don't mean anything just because Marvel and DC hires them. If they're hired all because of nepotism, because of their politics, we know this. So let's get back to indie comics, my friends. Let's do this. Let's change the comic industry and make it great again. I'm going to keep pushing as hard as I possibly can because somebody needs to do it. Your boy Zach fell. Ethan Van Sciver fell. And we need to change things in the comic industry. I'm glad you're with me. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. And please get on my comic book Substack. This is the most important place to be, so I can always stay in touch with you at the very least. That way, when I have new crowdfunds out, you can find it. You can read here for free. You can read some of the paid content. You can get the web store from here so that you can actually buy the books. We got to build this movement, and thank you for being part of this great community. I'm loving how it's growing, and I appreciate you being here. We'll be back.